That's a good shot and a good stop. Good diving stop just behind square on the offside.
Jordan wide and well fielded at point. Ibrahim Zardan there with a good stop. Got to feel well here to maintain that pressure. Fielders at mid-on and mid-off need to come in as well. Make sure there's no rotation or free rotation of strike.
50 for 3.
My parents got an Aquasonic. It filters that stuff out of the water. Makes it taste great, so they told me to drink more water. They also said stop using so many cups.
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com.
Well, in the background, as we have a look at what's to come next in the Pakistan middle order, Iftikhar, Sadab and Osama. Iftikhar and Sadab Khan, both fine batsmen in their own different ways, but this extraordinary place to put a cricket ground in a very good way, in the middle of a national park. Tough times for Pakistan in this innings. Salman 2 from 9, Imam ul Haq 20 from 29. 51, and we're in the 12th over. Moment, these two, it seems, content just to find what gaps they can, push for the odd one.
That's why at the toss I did ask that question to Babar. Want to win? Yes, fine, but how do you want to win? That's a big single. Lack of comfort and confidence. A lot of yes, yes, no. And so I think it's going to be a regular service at this stage. We are not going to see any aggression, it appears. They want to consolidate, get a partnership rolling, do the basics well, as they say. Push the ball, or push the ball into the gaps and look for those ones and twos.
Yeah, if you can find 5 ones at this stage, or maybe 6, or in the odd 2, then that's what's known as keeping the scoreboard ticking. Now, there's very little on offer in terms of obvious boundary shots, certainly from Mujib. And that inclination to take risks with the score 53 for 3, 3 great players gone, 3 very good players gone, that inclination is diminished. Solid.
He had a great test series against Sri Lanka. Salman Agha got a great 100, almost run a ball 100. 53 for 3.
Yeah, he's just kept the ends very, very tight, has Mujib. 2 for 17 from 6. Faruqi 5 out of 32, more expensive, but 1 important wicket. Mujib 2 important wickets and economical at 2.83, and Omar Zai just that 1 over so far. But if you're Afghanistan, you will take that. Knowing that Pakistan wanted to try and set a big total batting first. Good start in the field. Afghanistan would be even more happy, even more pleased to take another wicket soon, because that really would put the screws into Pakistan's innings. Easy 1.
This may look a bit boring or archaic, this style of cricket, but Pakistan, for a reason, are number 2 place international side in ODI rankings. They know how to do it, basically. They get over the line invariably. And the middle order, well, it's been exposed at times, so today is a good time for them to let the world know, let themselves know how good they are.
Well, there are so many inspirations, aren't there, when you tackle a game of cricket? You've got local rivalry, the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Lots of things shared, of course, by these two countries, including that border. But you've got local rivalry. Pakistan, as the senior side, won't want to lose. They've never lost to Afghanistan in a 50-over match. T20, yes, but never in a 50-over match. So they don't want to lose that record. They want to keep that ascendancy. The thing about a 50-over match, of course, is lots of things can change over the course of a longish day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a white ball test cricket in a way, where you can adjust and be aggressive at times. You can just lie low and have that bunker mentality. Zahar Ahmed with an average of 41, a good one to have at 6. Afghanistan will be tested because they are instinctively made, I think, for T20 cricket. But for 50 overs cricket, for test cricket, the jury is still out. So they've got to somehow enhance their T20 skill work into 50 overs. At times you've got to just lie in, as I just mentioned, and not be overly aggressive and anxious to get on with it.
What they've had in recent series, 2-1 they beat Bangladesh in Bangladesh. What they've had is some strong opening partnerships, and on a good day runs go on the board. On a bad day it all just collapses into a heap again. And so what you're trying to achieve as any side, whether you've been around for a decade or for 100 years, is some sort of consistency through a team. So they know that if some of their key players have good days, they can compete. At this stage, they're certainly competing in this match as it stands. Again, just short, halfway down the pitch, doesn't go anywhere. 54 for 3.
My mom got us an aqua sauna. She says it takes bad stuff out of the water and makes it healthier and tastier. She also says no water balloons inside.
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com.
Maybe try and be more aggressive. Who are we going to take advantage of? Surely we need some boundaries soon, just to sort of try and put a bit of pressure back on Afghanistan. I mean, that's actually my conversation with myself has been a lot longer than their conversation out there. So another bowling change, more spin. Very, very experienced spin. Mohammad Nabi, a young 38. Who has been part of Afghanistan's cricket for the last decade. Canny, very canny with those off breaks, more drift sometimes than spin. But, what he's done already is just set the field back a bit. So for Mujib, we had just the long on out, or the one man on the boundary. For Mohammad Nabi, long on, long off are out there, the deep square legs, the deep cover, so it's a more defensive field. Right, misfield, still just the one. So maybe more opportunities just to find gaps.
Mohammad Nabi reminds me of a mate of yours who played a lot of cricket with you, John Embury. He's got the same style of bowling. Straight run up, no nonsense kind of a run up. And then he's accurate. And he's, by the way, the only cricketer from Afghanistan who played against Pakistan in the first ODI way back in 2012. Lasted the distance and plus.
And he's played a lot of franchise cricket as well. Yeah, you're right, now you mentioned it. So the actions are, there is a similarity, not identical, there's a similarity with my old friend John Embry. I mean, we're talking about a different generation, we're 2 generations back at least here.
He became a terrific ODI bowler, by the way, John Embry. Remember him bowling the last overs for England in an ODI contest. Yorkers.
John actually played on, I mean, in fact, another thing they have in common, Ember's played on for a long, long time. For Middlesex was his county. And had an economy, shall we say, of effort. I mean, the bowling action was so smooth, it didn't take much out of it. Now, I'm going to tell a little story, a little quick story. He used to say things like, he wasn't a great fan of training, if you haven't got any muscles, you can't pull them. So he was, you know, he was fit enough to do what he did. He was good and a good catcher. To bowl any number of overs he wanted, but hated, like me actually, hated training.
And he comes from a long list of Afghanistan bowlers who are accurate. He's not a big tweaker of the ball, but he gets it right. That's why his preferred option, whether it be T20 or 50 overs.
And the misfield, yeah, that's one thing you can always be slightly sharper on. Misfields, if they start to creep in, it's not catastrophic, it's just slightly annoying, especially for the bowler. The 8 for 3. Just looking at this, see how wide it is of off stump. Aga Salman whipping it to the onside, as if playing with the spin. Well, make a note of that, because there isn't that much spin. And there won't be from Mohammed Nabi. There'll be changes of pace, changes of flight, maybe changes of line as well. In terms of spin attacks post that 2019 World Cup, the last one, which of course is going to be replayed as it were in a few months' time, couple of months' time. Afghanistan second in that list. When you've got Mujib, Nabi, Rashid Khan, it's a good collection of high-quality spin bowlers.
He's your man, Rashid Khan, globe-trotting superstar. I think the other difference between Pakistan and Afghanistan, there's not a lot of difference in talent terms, but it's just that your talent needs a good environment, and so you read the situations a bit better if you've got a good cricket environment. I think that is where Afghanistan lack consistency compared to Pakistan. Pakistan now they're in trouble, 3 down for 59, but you know that they are looking for 100 for 3 at this stage, and maybe 130 for 3. So they're looking for partnership. Nothing more than that. Let it breathe.
Yeah, I mean, the lessons we can all learn from watching these opening almost 15 overs now, 14 and a half overs. No real pace in the pitch. A little bit of grip for the spinners, just a little bit, nothing dramatic. What you'd expect, it's a brand new pitch, but talking to Fabiz Maruf earlier, the normality here is more grass, which would give you a bit more zip, a bit more pace out of the pitch, and even less spin. So we know what's happened there. So then as a batting side, if you get off to a good start, fine. If your openers do the right thing, you know, assess conditions, hang in there, and then start to play shots, then you get the advantage straight away. If you lose those wickets, then you end up with what we've got at the moment now, which is a sort of game of cat and mouse. Imam struggling a little bit, 24 from 37. Aga Salman, 6 from 22. That's a real struggle too. Good bouncer, just ducked underneath.
In a way, less talent with the ball if you're a fast bowler in Afghanistan, are not as fancy fast bowling attack as Pakistan is, forces you to then back yourself on discipline. And that is what they've done. It's just basic length bowling so far, and it has worked. No fancy angles, no slow balls, nothing of that kind. It's just come in, hit that good length area, and target the stumps. And so far, so good. After 15, 3 down for 59, and we'll have a little pause for drinks.
Did you know that water comes from lakes? So do fish. Fish don't have toilets. Good thing we have Aquasana. It filters out bad stuff, leaving healthy, tasty water. Right, Gilbert?
Now up to 50% off at Aquasana.com.
My name is Dr. Joseph Kurita. Before I would ever give a product to a patient, I tried it on myself. So I started taking Super Beets, and I said, wow, Super Beets is a game changer.
Super Beets is the #1 doctor-recommended beet brand for cardiovascular health support. Inspired by the Nobel Prize-winning discovery of nitric oxide for its important role in regulating cardiovascular health, Super Beets superfoods make doing more to support your nitric oxide production simple. Superfoods like our Super Beets crystals or our heart chews with clinically studied grapeseed extract to help promote normal blood pressure nearly 2 times more effectively than a healthy lifestyle alone.
Super Beets is doing a whole bunch of things at once. It helps dilate blood vessels. It helps increase my circulation. It's having a beneficial effect on my heart and my energy. It makes me healthier.
Once you have that support, you just feel better. You feel like you can take the stairs. You can cook that Sunday meal. You can get things done.